Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in. So what you see here is not the Super 73ZX. That's probably what you were thinking when the video first started. This is the MacFox M1. And guys, this thing is a looker. Before we get into it, please subscribe to the channel if you like the content. Hit that thumbs up button and also ring that notification bell for future notifications of our videos. I can also save you $100 off by using code EasyHeimer. And this bike is just under $1,000 as is, $999. So my code will bring you down to $899. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so the MacFox M1 is 65 pounds, so it's pretty lightweight. It is a 48 volt e-bike, and it comes with a 10.5 amp hour battery. They claim you can get about 75 miles of range on this bike, but that's probably the lowest level of pedal assist. And that obviously would have to be tested on flat terrain. You know, the conditions would have to be right to hit those numbers. The max capacity of this bike is 325 pounds, and the seat height is 33 inches, so a little higher than normal than what we'd see. Usually we see about 31.5 to 32. And they claim it will fit anybody from 5'3" all the way up to 6'6". You probably want to know what the top speed of this bike is, and you can hit 25 miles per hour, they claim on their website. I will take a little closer look at the components of this bike. So you've got a 500 watt motor on this bike, and it peaks at 750 watts. You also have mechanical disc brakes on this bike. We'll see how those do, but we'd love to see hydraulic disc brakes on e-bikes nowadays, especially, getting up to speeds of closer to 30 miles an hour. Got your standard kickstand. This bike features a CST 20x4 fat tire. On this model, you actually do not have a working taillight or a brake light. This is just a reflector. You can add a working taillight on their website, so just keep that in mind. And I'm guessing this is probably the hookup for the brake light. You do not have any suspension on this bike, so we'll see how that does out on a riding test. And guys, let's talk about this seat. This seat looks really nice and comfy. Definitely got some nice padding to it. So we'll see if that makes up for the lack of suspension. As you can see, it's a 1-speed bike, so there are no gears on the MacFox M1. You have a decent sized crankset, and that actually says design in the USA with global sources. You do have some mounting points on the top here. I'm not really sure what those are for. Maybe MacFox has accessories coming out where you can use these mount holes. So guys, like we said, there is no suspension on this bike, so we'll have to see how rough the ride is. This model does not come with any fenders. You can get fenders when you order the bike. You do get a nice bright headlight. You got really nice cable management. Got these really nice BMX style handlebars. We'll look over on the left hand side first. Got these really nice grips. Definitely a fan of those. Your left brake lever, and you also have your light button here. You also have some real estate in the middle here for a phone holder or anything you want to mount on your handlebars. And here are your controls on the right hand side with your full twist throttle. And you also have your right brake lever there. What we're going to do is we're going to turn on the bike to show you guys what the display looks like. Just a really simple display. Shows you your miles per hour, your odometer, and also your battery level in 4 little bars. If you guys have any questions about the specs of the bike, please leave them in the comments below. We answer everybody. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this out for a spin and get our first ride impressions. All right, so let's get on the bike and see how it does. All right, so we're on the MacFox M1. So far, so good. It's a little small, but it's still comfortable. Definitely like the seat. Check out the brakes on this hill here. The brakes aren't too bad, actually. Not bad for mechanical disc brakes. Alright, so we're going to see what we get for a top speed. They say you can do about 25 miles per hour on this bike. Alright, so we're at about 27.8. Yeah, so we're around 24, 25 miles per hour. So keep in mind, this is a 500 watt e-bike. So it's not as powerful as the 750s that we've been doing and the 1000s we've been reviewing. I mean, it's not terrible. So we're hitting about 24, 25, 25.4 miles per hour. 25.5, not bad. I mean, well, so far the seat has been phenomenal. I'm loving the seat. We'll see if it makes up for the lack of suspension on the bike. You have your BMX style handlebars, which is nice. And the grips are surprisingly really good on this bike. We're not noticing much of a delay with the throttle either, which is kind of nice. It is a one-speed bike, so we're getting about 20 miles per hour, and then it starts ghost pedaling. But yeah, I mean, as far as the riding style goes, I think I might be on the bigger side for this bike, because I definitely feel a little cramped. But for someone that's not 6'2" and 260 pounds, this is a great alternative to the Super 73 ZX for a fraction of the price. And we're talking about sub $1,000 price range. And if you use my code EasyHeimer, you can save another $100 off your bike. So it comes to $899. You got your headlight button here. Keep in mind you got no horn. And like I said before, the brakes are surprisingly okay. We still don't like mechanical disc brakes. We'd rather see hydraulic disc brakes, but for their price point, I mean, to hit that sub 1,000 price point, it's a really nice bike for what it is. It'd actually be interesting to see if I can get a Super 73 ZX and see how it compares to this. All right. So hitting that curb, you definitely feel a lack of suspension. It's pretty rough, but the seat is really comfortable. I know I'm going to mention it a lot, but that's one of the most important things about these bikes too, is the seat. Not a lot of these bikes come with a good seat out of the box. Now I'm doing our off-road field test here. I know it has no suspension at all, and but it's good to see how it handles things like this, because it does say all-terrain on the website. So you know what, we're going to give it all-terrain to a certain point, They're definitely not shabby. The brakes aren't squeaking. That's good. It was super easy to put this bike together. It maybe took me a half hour. But at 65 pounds, you basically just pick it up and throw it in the back of your truck or car or whatever. Small enough. It does have CST tires, which is nice. Yeah, these bigger bumps, I could definitely feel the lack of suspension. You definitely reminds you that there's no suspension there. But again, that seat helps quite a bit. So being a 500 watt motor, obviously you're not going to get the torque like you would on a 750 or a 1000. There are models on their site, on MaxFox website. You can get bigger motors and suspension and stuff. So, if you want that stuff, it's definitely available. But it's not too bad. And if you pedal because I actually like to pedal my e-bikes. A lot of our reviews we do throttle because people are looking for like a moped replacement or whatever. But I do like to pedal more than anything, to be honest. And it's not the most comfortable thing in the world. I would probably say for something like 5'10" or whatever, it would be pretty comfortable to pedal. But again, we're talking about a bike that's less than $1,000. So if you're looking for something to start out with, you know, affordable and get you in the door and get you riding, this is definitely not a bad deal. You're spending less than $900. But it's nice to see these copycat bikes come out, if you want to call them or whatever, because I mean, let's be real. Is a Super 73ZX worth what they're asking? I mean, I'm not even sure what they're asking anymore. I'm pretty sure it's a good chunk of change. But I like this bike, I really do. I think Matt Fox did a really good job with designing and the components they put on here. They've got a really solid platform to work with, and I'm sure we'll probably see a lot of improvements to the models and stuff, and it's exciting to see. But if you guys have any questions about the bike or any other models, about the torque, top speed, things like that, I'll leave them in the comments below. I answer everybody. Guys, we really appreciate you watching. And until next time, peace out.